All right, now question 4 and 5, they're very much linked. 4 is literally just getting us to find the zeros. And then we're going to graph it, but that's just for practice. And then question 5 is going to get us to use tables or from the graphs to solve the inequations. So let's start off with A. We've got f of x is x cubed, take 4x. Well, this is fairly simple. We're going to take x out to start with. We always look for a highest common factor first. So we're going to take out x. We've got x squared, take 4 left. And now this is the difference of two squares. X take 2, x plus 2. So we know zeros. We've got x equals 0, x equals 2, x equals minus 2. If we were to graph that, we know it goes through here, here, and here, but we don't know if it goes that way or if it goes that way. So let's find out by subbing in a point less than negative 2. I'm going to sub in negative 3. So if x is negative 3, f of x, let's do it, negative 3 cubed, take 4 times negative 3, it's negative 15, so which is negative. So we're starting down here. Be nice if I could actually hit any of those zeros. There we go. There we go. So it's going to look like that. Now, in question 5, they've told us, I'm going 4A, 5A by the way, because the questions are very much linked. They've told us x, so that was 4A, this is 5A. X cubed is greater than 4x. Now, in order to be able to solve this, I need everything on the left. So I'm going to do x cubed minus 4x is greater than 0. Now notice how this is this. So this is greater than 0 in this bit and this bit. So using our graph, we know that it's greater than 0 when, so this is from graph, when it's between negative 2, oh, it's greater than 0, okay, x and 0, and when x is greater than 2. Now we didn't have to use the graph. If we'd come to this question we hadn't graphed it, we still would have factorized it like this, but we would have done a table. So we would have still gone to x outside of x take 2, x plus 2 greater than 0. So we would have had x and f of x. We know we're minus 2, 0, 2. So we would have tried minus 3, minus 1, 1, and 3. Okay, let's do it. Negative 3, bracket, negative 3, take 2, negative 3 plus 2. So that's negative 15. So it's negative. All right, if we chuck in negative 2, it comes out as 0. What if it's negative 1? Positive 3. If it's 0, it's 0. Let's just chuck in 1. Negative 3, so it's negative. Let's chuck in 2. Well, it's 0. Let's chuck in positive 3. Positive 15. So this would have been greater than 0 here and here. So we wouldn't have included these points, but we'd have gone between them. We wouldn't have included this point, but we would have gone above them. So when negative 2 is less than x is less than 0 and x is greater than 2. So for me, graphing it's quicker and easier, but for some people or for really hard ones, you want to do a table. All right, let's now do C. So we've got f of x, equals x cubed take 4x squared plus 4x. And let's take x out. So we're left with x squared take 4x plus 4. Now I recognise this straight away. This straight away. That's in the form, sorry, a squared take 2ab plus b squared. A take b, all squared. Or you could have been like, what times is to give positive 4? That adds to give negative 4. Well, it's negative 2 and negative 2. So we've got x outside of x take 2 all squared. So our zeros, x equals 0 and x equals 2. And this is repeated, but we're not going to worry about that for right now. So let's draw it. Oh yeah, multiplicity 2. Which means it's going to look like a quadratic there. Let's draw this thing. So we're going to go through 0 and 2, but I don't know if I'm going to go like that or if I'm going to go like that. So let's find out. We're going to do a mini table of one value. It's not really a table. I'm going to try negative 1. So if I've got negative 1 outside of negative 1 take 2 squared, gives me negative 9. So yeah, we're starting negative. Oh, whoops. So it's going to bounce like that. Now question C, 5C, is asking when x cubed plus 4x is less than or equal to 4x squared. I'm going to take everything over to the left. So I've got x cubed take 4x squared plus 4x is less than or equal to 0. Coincidentally, that's what we just found. We just graphed. So it's less than or equal to 0 there, and it also equals 0 here. So from graph, it happens when x is less than or equal to 0 and x equals 2. If we wanted to do a table instead, so we're doing this thing. Let's do it. We've got x, we've got f of x. We need to try 0 and positive 2 and things on either side. So let's try negative 1, 1 and 3. Alright, let's chuck it in. Negative 1 cubed, take 4 times negative 1 squared, plus 4 times negative 1. Doesn't matter if I use this form or this form. This one actually would have been easier, but I'm committed to the other one now. I've put it in my calculator. So that's negative 9. This will be 0, which is negative. This will be 0, which is 0. Let's sub in positive 1. This is positive 1, which is positive. Let's sub in 2, comes out as 0. And let's try 3. It'll be positive again, we know from the graph, but let's see. Yep, positive 3, so it's positive again. So a squared is when it like bounces back up. That's what I mean by bounce back up. So it's less than or equal to 0 here and here. So it's going this way and at this point. So when x is less than or equal to 0 and x equals 2.